MVP for UEFA or if it's Premier League. So I think they'd still have the Champions League, but they wouldn't get, I think, all their, so the FA Cups, the Carabao Cups, and so we'd have done a domestic double last year. Carabao Cup and FA Cup.
Sounds criminal.
Oh my God, it's such a shit goal.
Right, we're back after the technical difficulties. Always something. Chris, do you want to take this back, please? That's the heaviest computer I've ever owned.
I'm gonna say that you hand look like you were shaking.
Bro, I didn't want to drop it. I was like, shit. No, I know
That's
they
why I
got rid
didn't
of it.
recognise if it was a Mac or not.
I don't mind it, to be fair. That touch bar was a little bit annoying. But boys, let's jump into a halftime debate that I think you two might go at each other at a little bit more than I will. And that is the player showdown. So I wanted to ask, who was a better player throughout the career? Rio Ferdinand or John Terry?
Don't even be biased. You know it's going to be Terry.
I was actually going to say, I'm going to surprise you and say Terry.
No way.
I think
ruins the whole debate.
I think Rio was a slightly better footballer, but overall, Terry was better. Terry was better at more stuff than Rio was, comparing the two. But that, for me...
Makes my job easy.
But for me, that's the 1 and 2 for centre-backs in Premier League history. Terry 1, Rio 2.
1 and 2, definitely.
Yeah.
When you put Vidic up there?
I would...
Because he gets the shout all the time.
For me, personally, I never thought Vidic was better than Rio. Like, if I was building a team, I would rather have Rio than Vidic. If I could only have one, I would have rather had Rio. But I think that what made them two so good is playing with each other, because what Vidic wasn't good at, Rio was good at, and what Rio wasn't great at, Vidic was good at. So they complemented each other very well.
Picked up on each other's slack parts of the game. Well, I really wasn't expecting that. I expect you to back United no matter what. He's a changed man. But I think Terry, I mean, I obviously was going to pick Terry as well. But I think that the main reason for me is, like you just said there, like Rio had that Vidic partnership. I know there were some good defenders at Chelsea, but I feel like he never had another world-class centre-back next to him. There was that, obviously I had Ashley Cole at left-back and for periods Ivanovic at right-back, etc., who were some of the best full-backs in the world at that time. But without that other centre-back partnership, I think it probably made it even more imperative
impressive
that he was shining every game.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, with if you want to bring up stats, he had more clean sheets. Like, you were like obviously the best Premier League team throughout that whole decade as well. You would have assumed that you would have had, more clean sheets at least. I don't even know why I'm arguing, because you're on my side.
Yeah.
It's just that one season under Mourinho when they only conceded 15. I mean, like, to put it into perspective, City have already conceded 15 goals this season. And Chelsea did that over the whole. It's just mad. I mean, it did help that Chelsea did have the best Premier League keeper behind him.
Yeah.
For a lot of his career, that did help. But at the same time, I think.
So you're also saying Perchek's the best Premier League goalkeeper?
Yeah, he is.
Of all time?
Yeah.
I probably would agree with that, actually. It's a tough call, though.
Not Schmeichel.
No, I think Perchek's better.
Wow, I'm gonna clip up Josh in a Man United shirt saying Terry's better than Ferdinand and Czech's better than Schmeichel. I've never seen this much honesty from you, bro. I thought we'd have to ban you from United topics on one of the last clips.
I only speak truths.
I would have said Schmeichel, but probably only because I watched him growing up. I thought Van der Sar was good as well.
Yeah, Van der Sar was
good.
That's probably your top three. Is Czech, Schmeichel, Van der Sar.
I feel like we're missing that ilk of keeper at the minute. I know Alisson and Edison are really good, but it's because you look back at it with
nostalgia.
Yeah, there's the nostalgia aspect in there as well, isn't there?
I think Alisson's creeping up though.
I agree.
He could easily be third.
I think the problem is he won't end up with anywhere near as many trophies as like Van der Sar and Czech did, for example.
True.
And I know that it's not all on stats, it's on performance, but when people look back on it in another 10, 15 years, me, for example, who looks at all the fucking trophies there's won, I won't put Alisson in the same breath as Czech and Van der Sar.
Seaman were good.
Yeah, Seaman was fantastic as well, actually. I didn't see as much of him as the other two, though. He was
my highlight of Seaman's when Ronaldinho had that free kick. Just went straight over his head.
I don't remember that.
was in the
He
World
made-
Cup.
In the World
Was
Cup,
it was Seaman that made that mad save, wasn't it, when he like scooped it off the
Yeah.
line or something? I'm sure that was Seaman.
Do you think that Chelsea Marine that only conceded 15 goals is a shout for best team of all time in the Premier League? I'm sure this is a debate we'll do at some point
It's
properly,
a
but
shout. I don't know if I would. I don't think it would win the conversation, but I think it has to be in the conversation to say that they.
because that's mad impressive. Like that comes close to an invincible season in reality, doesn't it? Because that's less than a goal a game.
I think I've said it before on the podcast. I think the invincible season is so overrated.
Nah, it's not. It's not overrated. I appreciate that towards the end of the season it dropped off a little bit and it looked like they were just playing not to lose. But the fact that they managed not to lose is fucking mental.
It is mad, but like 12. I'm sure they had like 12 draws.
Yeah, but it's still not a loss.
It's impressive, but I think Arsenal fans blow it up as if it is the greatest season in Premier League. I think City Centurions is better.
Nah, because there's no way. If Man United had done that in your lifetime, you would never shut up about it. And then it would be the best thing that's ever happened in football. Like, if your club went a whole season in the league unbeaten, obviously that's like the greatest. That's the goal of the game. And then they won. It's not like they drew that many, they didn't still win the league. They still won the
Yeah,
league.
but they only won the league. They didn't win anything else. They got beat in every other cup.
Still.
I don't know.
That's an achievement. I
It's-
think it's better
it's-
than Centurions.
I
I'll be
don't
honest.
know.
I don't think. I actually don't think it's better than Centurions, but I do think that. I don't think you can say it's overrated.
I think it's overrated by Arsenal. It's impressive. I'm not saying it's not impressive, but if we take fucking hell,
Reece James is on as well.
Every team at the start of the season, all the fans, as soon as they go 5 unbeaten, they're always like, "Oh, we might go unbeaten for the rest of the season."
And then
Every
it never
time,
happens.
and it never happens.
The hardest thing to do. Definitely the hardest thing to do.
I think the treble's harder.
no, 'cause it's
but
been
if I'm
done
talking
more.
Just Prem though. If I'm talking just Prem,
Can't be harder. It's been done more.
That is
by a
actually
few
facts.
teams.
Yeah, because there's the quality there, but just to not lose in the league, it's fucking wild, bro.
See you later.
Hoping we get an entertaining second half here.
Hey.
Chelsea coming out quickly. I swear, still when I watch Chelsea, I actually don't know who half the players are still. Like, I'm not even just trying to be a bastard, and maybe that's just me calling myself out for
We did bring a lot of people.
lack
in
of
this
ball
result.
knowledge.
Has
But
Lavia played yet?
No, he's been injured the whole time.
What?
He's on his way back to fitness though. I can't wait for Nkunku though.
do you know what I mean, though? I know, who is this?
Disassi.
This is it.
That's
Sterling.
Sterling.
I
Disassi was the most-
knew
Okay.
Sterling was. I'm not
Just
that
making sure. Disassi was just a really random signing. Like he wasn't big before he was signed.
only-
Came from Monaco.
The only thing I saw about him was linked to us.
Oh, did he
That's
know
it. We were linked to him
that?
since.
You're
like-
linked to everyone, so that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but we were linked to him since like the January before, like this January. It's like we were linked to him for a good like 4 or 5 months, and then he just signed for Chelsea out of nowhere. I was like, fucking hell.
Seems like Manchester United get linked to all the good youngsters, never actually sign them.
Not even youngsters. We just get linked to fucking everyone.
But yeah, true. It's going to happen, isn't it?
Saying that though, I think Chelsea are getting similar now.
Who do you think will finish higher this season out of you two? It's a tough debate to have. I wouldn't imagine either of you have got high ambitions at this point in the season. But who do you think's going to finish higher in the league, Chelsea or Manchester
I think
United?
based on everything, I think probably Chelsea.
Really? I mean, don't get me wrong. There is a lot of games to go. I mean, you have got a head start. I feel like
We've got a head start, but things just seem to be getting worse for us. Like shit is just going wrong. I don't know.
we play good against the good teams. We just play bad against the bad teams. And there's more bad teams than there are good teams.
I think the only reason we might is that like it's like they were saying on the build up before, like when Ten Hag needs a result, somehow we seem to grind out a result and get something. So I don't know if that's going to carry on through the season.
That's not a good ball.
Chelsea corner there, I think.
I reckon we'll probably finish like side by side. To be fair,
Like
Maybe
literally next-
seventh,
It
eighth.
wouldn't surprise me if it was like
Seventh,
that.
eighth.
7th and 8th. So neither of you think a top 6 finish this season
Nah,
is
there's no
doable.
chance. Not for us anyway.
No.
Like no particular order. Be City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle, Villa, and then
Spurs.
probably Spurs.
Brighton.
No,
I
they're
think we're
been a
Europa
bit
League.
shaky,
They're not cooking too much this. Like they're playing well, but they're not. Like if you'd have asked me last season, I'd have said yeah, because Brighton were better last season.
Go on. Oh, how have you done that from there?
They've got Europe as well.
Yeah,
This guy, man.
A really poor miss again from Chelsea.
I actually don't know
who
how
have
he
thrown
scored
away
6
chances this
season.
game.
you got Darwin.
No.
You got an assist.
Bastard. What was it? Finished 2-0.
Looks like it. Yeah.
How long are you going to keep trusting in Jackson as well? I mean, I know there's not really any other option, but so far he's been fucking horribly bad, hasn't he?
Until Nkunku comes back.
Yeah, pretty much that. Like he'll just be our backup striker when it.
The
when
thing
time
is though,
comes.
with it, he's shit, but he does score.
Yeah.
Like he does get goals. He's got a hat trick in the Prem.
Yeah, but that game was just a fluke, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's still
Funny
there.
goals.
Yeah, it was wild goals. Some of them I don't even know how it ended up in the back of the net. Like I know a hat trick is a hat trick, and you've got to still get the goals. But I just never see him play well. He gives me no confidence as a striker that he's actually gonna.
He's not a good player, but he scores. That's the thing with him. He's like you watch him. Like it wouldn't surprise me if he scored today after he's missed like 3 or 4 opportunities.
Yeah, but you can't have a striker in a Premier League team who's gonna have to miss 3 or 4 opportunities to get a goal. You just can't do it. It's like I don't want to bring it to Leeds because but it's like Patrick Bamford. It's literally like up front, he'll get goals, but he has to have 4 one-on-one opportunities first. Did you see Bamford's new haircut over the weekend?
Didn't he shave his head?
Yeah, but he shaved his head and dyed it blonde. He looked like fucking Eminem, literally.
Sincerely.
Yeah, I love how shaved, bleached hair is forever gonna be linked to Eminem now. Like, there's no one else I think of other than Eminem.
That's not a ball.
Oh my god, he's so soggy.
Do you think Garnacho's been Manchester United's best player this season?
Not best, but
Who's been better?
McTominay.
Yeah, true. McTominay's done bits.
I don't know.
You not said Dallas?
Dallo fucking stinks, mate. He's garbage. Absolute
hell. That was
garbage.
Yo,
I'm so passionate about my dislike for that. I think he's so shit. Honestly, if like I watch every United game and I just watch him and I think he's fucking useless.
I didn't think he was that bad.
He's
Not a very physical player, which you don't want for a defender, really. But
The thing is, everyone says, "Oh,
Where
like
are you going?
he's a much better attacker
Oh
than
my god!
Wan-Bissaka," but he actually isn't. Like he doesn't add much to the game.
is Wan-Bissaka even
Run
fit
him.
at the minute, though?
Run him.
Yeah, he is.
Run him.
Well, to be fair, I would have expected him to be starting.
Run him.
Mudryk on the edge of the box for Chelsea.
Oh my god!
Earns another corner.
He's really into this.
Yeah. I feel like Mudryk at some point, at the minute, it's not quite working for him, but I do.
When it clicks.
I have a feeling when that last little, I don't even know,
just the end
just the
product.
last little end product comes through, he's gonna fucking tear apart this
Yeah,
league.
but when that's the problem.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
know.
how much rope do you give him? Because like, this is the thing that annoys me a little bit about people with like Man United players and other players. After like 7 games, everyone was saying Sancho's shit, he's no good. Nobody gave him any rope. Now, yeah, he's not worked out, but fucking it took Mudryk 19, 20 games to score in the Premier League.
What was that?
Nobody really like. Everyone's like, oh, but when it clicks for him.
I just think it's because I can see more ability in Mudryk than I could in Sancho or Anthony. For example, I've been comparing him to Anthony this game. But when I see Anthony on the ball, he looks like he's about to trip over at any given minute. Whereas Mudryk, it feels a bit like when he's got the ball at his feet, he's fine, and I feel like he can beat a player, and he's got the pace to get him behind. Whereas the only issue is that last little thing. Obviously, that's the most important thing. But I do think he's got
Even like last season, everyone was saying that Anthony's shit, but he scored a few goals last season, and he scored some bangers as well. But nobody wanted to be like, oh, but if he can just like get it right where he goes down the line a few more times, he could be a player. Everyone's like, oh no, he's shit. He's predictable. He's this, that, and the other. But actually, he had more end product than Mudryk has.
Yeah, maybe so. And I think maybe it comes down to in the Anthony situation because he came from a better team as well. Like he came from a better league and a better team where not long ago he was getting into the, I think they did get to the semi-final of the Champions League and he was playing. So we saw Anthony playing in the semi-final of the Champions League where no one had even heard of Mudryk, so there was no expectation there at all.
But the thing is, they spent 80 million on him. That should be there. That's one of the reasons everyone talks shit about Anthony. is
And
the price tag.
I don't deny that they definitely played too much for him, but I do think that he will come better than Anthony. I just think when you watch him play,
He probably will. Anthony's not a great player. I'm not here arguing that Anthony's a good player. I'm just arguing the fact that people seem to give other teams' players like more, like, oh, just let him have a chance, like he's young, this, that, and the other. Anthony's still young. Nobody really gave him an opportunity to be like, to come good. Everyone was just like, oh, no, he stinks.
Lingard had that for about 6-7 years, where you were just saying he was going to come good, and people kept believing that.
I don't know. I would it was a weird. Lingard was older than I actually thought.
yeah, same.
I thought it was like 23, 24, but it was like 26, 27. Like, I think that's why nobody actually realised how old Lingard was until he got older, and I was like, actually, he's not that.
Because he acts like a kid.
It's because Lingard would have 2 good games and do a new video
and then
on
the
TikTok.
thing with Lingard as well is like he had a very good World Cup as well, where he showed that he could be decent. So everyone kind of gave him a little bit more slack because he had a good World Cup.
He is one of those weird players, Lingard, where he probably only had about 50 good games in his whole career, but for some reason he's respected. Does he even have a club at the minute?
No.
He's just a free
He
agent.
was holding out for a Saudi contract, but
Oh,
He did. He got a short-term contract from Gerrard's team.
Yeah.
So he played a couple of games there, but it was only a short-term one, and I don't think they kept him on. So
It seems like he'd have a really poor attitude.
the thing is, like, he actually doesn't, like, why the fuck is Sean Dyche there?
scouting.
Weird. But, like, when you watched him for Man U, like, he ran like a dog. Like, he never stopped running. He was one of those, like, effort players.
Yeah.
Like, when you watched him, he never stopped running. He was always pressing. He was always running. That's why United fans loved him so much, because obviously he was an academy lad. He came through. But
I think that's what's missing in the team at the minute, to be honest. It looks like the players don't want to run at all. This game hasn't been so bad, actually. This game, I'll give it to him, it's looked like there's been a bit more effort, but that's because it's just been so end-to-end as well.
Do you know what it is with United? Is that we're shit when we have the ball. When we play team, and I think Chelsea probably the same, when we play lower teams and we dominate possession, we're useless with it. We don't know what to do. Games like this where, you know, the possession's probably like 50-45 or what, do you know what I mean? Like, it's really close, then we're better because we don't have time to think about it. We just play football.
Would you say that's because as well, when I look at the Manchester United squad, or at least the spine of the team, it seems like physicality is one of the main aspects. Like when you've got Amrabat, you've got McTominay, Maguire and Højlund as like the central unit of the team, you can probably outmuscle a lot of the big 6 teams where they don't maybe concentrate on that to the same level.
Ball that is
Surely he's offside. Yeah, but I feel like the big 6 might not concentrate on that physicality as much, whereas Manchester United do. But then when they come up against the smaller teams, they use that aspect of the game a lot more. So when then you've got Maguire trying to win a header at a corner or Højlund trying to outmuscle someone, it's not going to have the same impact.
Maybe I don't know. I just don't think we're very good with the ball. We just when I look at the team,
But I think that comes down to that as well. You've picked players who aren't particularly fantastic passers. Like McTominay isn't known for having a great ping on him. I don't know about Amrabat, but it hasn't seemed like he has so far.
No, I don't know.
Maguire's renowned for having shit passing.
Yeah, he loves to have a little Hollywood pass as well.
Yeah. There was one that went viral a few weeks ago where it clearly actually wasn't meant to be a pass and someone had clipped it, so it looked like he just booted it out. But
he's done well there.
Right, should we jump into the next debate, boys? I think this is the most interesting one, the most fun one of today. And I wanted your most overrated Premier League players that are currently playing. Josh, do you want to boot it off?
I can only think of one, and it's Cole Palmer.
You must be stupid. How are you saying Cole Palmer? And if you just dunked on your head.
He didn't dunk, bro. It was an awful goal that the keeper should have saved, and you said it yourself. But I'm saying Cole Palmer because
I can't believe this.
the guy scored 4 penalties, and then all of a sudden he's one of the best wingers England have got. This, that, and the other.
Have you watched all the games?
Bro, he's a good player.
He's a creator. You need to see his passing the way
he's a good player.
He unlocks a lot of players for us. He was genuinely probably what we were missing. Obviously, Nkunku's due to come back, but
some people were saying that he's better than Foden.
Like, no, that's wild.
I've heard that shout.
Who the fuck have you heard say that, though? That whoever they are needs to fix up.
Nah,
there's no way.
I've heard
I think give him time.
shouts.
I think give him time.
Do you think he's one of the most overrated players in the league though, to that level? Because he does, like, even though a lot of his goals have been penalties, he still has to put the penalties away. We've seen Bruno Fernandes miss one earlier this game, and you said he's pretty crap at penalties. And I highly doubt you'd think of him in the overrated channel.
I don't think he's the only one that I can think of at the moment recently that is overrated. I know somebody is going to say Rashford, but I don't think Rashford's overrated because nobody rates him at the moment.
No, that's not true.
He still gets in the England squad, so for me, I'm putting him in that category.
Yeah, Rashford was first on my list. You can't say nobody rates him at the moment, bro. If I asked you at the start of this season, you would have said he's Man United.
You're not asking me at the start of the season. You're asking me now.
Well, yeah, but that's because of a run of bad games. But yeah, he still gets in the England squad. And most people, if you ask most Premier League fans, they would still say Rashford's one of the best wingers in the league, I bet.
Probably.
Like most, like if you just ask, like maybe someone who doesn't deep dive into football, someone who doesn't watch it as much as us lads do, most people would still say Rashford's one of the best.
Yeah, so you're taking passive, like that's passive opinions, like.
Well, yeah, but bro, that means he's still rated by people. People still rate him, and you would if most people asked you, would you say he's one of the Man United's best players?
Oh, it's not fucking hard, is it? Put me in that team. I'm probably one of the best players at the moment. Jesus Christ. Like, you're asking me if I think Rashford's one of our best wingers when we've got Anthony starting. Come on now, like it's not hard.
I mean, true, but he's been one of those that for years has been touted as a wonder kid at one point, and then he's literally been the face of Manchester United for the last few seasons. There's no way you can say that people don't rate him highly, and I think he's the most hot and cold player I've seen in the Premier League practically ever. A couple good games every now and then, and everyone thinks he's God's gift. And then he'll have like a run of about 16 good games, and then he'll be shit for 30.
What the hell was that?
A really strange deflection there from an Anthony shot. Sanchez was scrambling towards.
This guy's actually allergic to using his right foot.
Whoa. Quite lucky that went past the post. A Manchester United corner here. There's a lot going on in box there.
That's a good ball, that.
Oh. Manchester United, that looked like a handball there.
An elbow from Colwell, I can't even lie.
You know VAR will have a look at this one. I wonder if Manchester United do get another penalty, will it be Bruno Fernandes that takes it?
Probably. There's nobody else really to take it.
Rashford's warming up in it.
Bring him on, break the curse. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Garnacho tried some step overs and ended up on his ass.
Dear, oh dear. Dear.
Get on your bike. Oh dear God.
Well, will VAR still check this when it goes out of play, or has it been too long now?
I think they've been looking at it. They might not have. They're probably not giving it.
Well, didn't he stop the game mid-play last time for the pen?
I don't think. No, because we had a corner. So he
it?
stopped the corner being taken.
See if anything gets given here.
Yeah,
They're
so
going to
now
have a
he's
look.
stopping it, yeah.
Could be a penalty. It is quite low down. It is quite low down. And I think it hits his leg at the same time.
It's tucked in.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to get given up. Because it was going to still go on target, wasn't it?
He's not giving it.
Is that not been given? It's not. Is it a clear and obvious error? When the ball did hit his leg at the same time.
And his arm is tucked in. It's not like flailing out.
Yeah.
But then
it's very
this is the
the
problem.
Newcastle won against PSG.
This is constantly the problem with it. VAR is in such an awful position in the UK, at least anyway. I just feel like I'd prefer there to be human error than for it to be in a position where it's in now. I'd prefer just to know that the refs get stuff wrong every now and then, because now people can call it in every way, and it seems like whenever any of the big six lose a game, there's always a VAR decision that they can point at and blame it on.
I guess, but then what would you say in the case like if we had VAR for that England-Germany game?
But that's not even VAR. That's just goal line technology.
Still kind of come into play with like the technology though.
No, goal line technology is good because that's black and white. It's either cross the line or it's not. There's no grey area to it. Whereas VAR, like I'd have rather that never gone to VAR. The same with the Newcastle one and a lot of other ones that have gone to VAR.
Well, they've replaced refs getting it wrong with people in a van getting it wrong.
Yeah, it's like even more offensive. Oh. Manchester United have been by far the better team so far in the second half. We're into the 63rd minute,
what's
and
going on here?
Chelsea have been getting peppered. But, Danny, back onto the debate. Do you want to go in with one of your most overrated Premier League players?
Well, I was going to say Rashford, but we've kind of covered that now. I want to go for Grealish. I feel like a lot of people do like him. Obviously, he had a good season last year. But this guy has not scored more than 30 career goals.
That is wild.
And I think just as a forward and being like the talisman, not obviously for City, but for the previous clubs he were at,
challenge.
That's just shocking.
Do you know what? Grealish is actually on my list. I completely agree. I think that
he's off there.
In my opinion, there is no world in which Grealish is good enough to be starting for a title contending team.
That's why the replacement Doku. He became literally so predictable where he just dribble down the line, look up, pass back forward.
Yeah. I just don't think he's a fantastic player. I think at Aston Villa, where he was a big fish in a little pond, it made sense because he was one of the only players there that had a bit of skill to him and could actually beat a player every now and then. But at Manchester City, at any big team, I don't think he'd do well. Do you think, Josh, do you think Grealish should get into any top 6 start in 11? I mean, maybe yours, actually, but that's not top 6 now.
He seems like such a United type signing as well, where it'd be like a big.
It would have made sense. It would have made sense for him to come to us as opposed to. I think him and Phillips made the wrong decisions going to City. Like, yeah, they've got the titles and they've got the trophies now and this, that, and the other, but I don't know. It's a tough one with Grealish because I actually like him.
Yeah, as a person.
As a
he can get away with a lot of that just because he's a likable character, though.
Yeah, he's certainly a likable character, but I just don't see the ability there. Especially, he's the 3rd most expensive player in Premier League history. That he doesn't live up. Like we've been laughing about Antony and Mudryk today. Why none of us bring Grealish up in that conversation as a winger who was massively overpriced? I know he's more consistent than them, but he's also playing in what has been the best team in the league every season he's been there. So even the couple goals and assists he's got, you'd expect him to get because of the players around him.
Well.
It's wild.
Definitely agree.
Right, I'm going to jump in with one of mine, and it is.
Go.
Oh, I feel like, in fact, there's no Liverpool fan here, so maybe it doesn't matter so much. I'm going to go with Luis Diaz.
No.
Hear me out. Hear me out. So,
interesting one.
I'm not saying he's a bad footballer. I'm saying Luis Diaz is one of the most overrated footballers in the Premier League, purely because he's played a bunch of games now, right? And I looked through everything he's done in the league. Other than 2 Big 6 teams, every goal he's had, which is very few, has been against the smaller team. He's like the injuries won't help him. I know this season it's been a tough time for him, but I think he's been in the league for a couple of seasons now, and I don't even think that he's one of the best 3 attackers at Liverpool.
I think
there's raw talent there. I think he's
there's talent here, but he's like 26 as well. It's not like he's raw talent waiting to be uncovered at this point.
I think he's just one of those. He's a bit of an old school player where he's not rated because of his stats. He's rated just because he's a baller. Like, you just watch him play and you just like, he's unbelievable with the ball at his feet. He's unreal. But yeah, he doesn't get this.
Yeah, but he doesn't produce much. Like, I'm not saying, like, he is good. He's good at beating a man.
He's not
but
a Mane replacement.
Yeah, but people rate him. Like, when you ask people about Luis Diaz, especially Liverpool fans, they think he's God's gift. But in game, he doesn't actually produce an end product the majority of the time when he's on the ball. And I think he was like 55 million, and he'd probably sell for a similar amount now. I don't think he lives up to that price tag. I think it's overhyped.
I don't know. It's a tough one because outside of Liverpool fans, I don't know anybody that really puts Diaz in the conversation of best wingers in the league. Like,
I've heard that shout before.
Yeah, I actually haven't.
No,
I haven't heard it either.
Maybe not like best wing. If you're naming your top 3, most people wouldn't. But most people, if you asked about Luis Diaz, they'd go, "Oh yeah, he's sick. He's a baller. He's a proper good player." But for what reason? Like, he's got a couple of skills and that he can beat a man. But I don't think that is the be all and end all of being a good player. You need to actually have an end product.
That's what I mean. I think he's just an old school player where, like, nowadays it's all about like stats and goals and assists, whereas like he's just an old school player where, yeah, he doesn't get great statistical returns, but he's just good to watch. Like, he's the complete opposite winger to a Mo Salah. Like, Salah is just an output machine, and he's just going to get goals and assists and goals and assists. But Diaz is just gonna like make you love watching football. He's one of those types of players.
Yeah, and again, I'm not saying he's particularly awful. I just think he's not as good as most people think he is. Josh, have you got any more players that spring to mind when you think about the most overrated in the Premier League?
I can't really think of any, to be honest with you.
Not even your goalkeeper.
No, because again, I don't know anybody that really rates him.
I don't like this argument though, because I feel like that's only changed in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, but you're asking me now. That's the problem. You're asking me.
But
now.
he has been rated, and especially when you were signing him, you thought it was going to be like massive. That's a goal, isn't it?
Yes, he's in again.
I knew it were going to go in before it actually went in.
Fucking hell,
Big Scott again.
McTominay.
Oh,
Was it onside?
It's just terrible marking. You could just see them all three at the back post.
To be fair, so far in the second half, it has been all Manchester
Yeah.
United, hasn't it? Like Chelsea have done fuck all.
some boy. I'm glad we didn't sell him.
Why does he bag so much?
I thought he's bare random,
It
innit?
is weird.
He used to play striker as a
Did he?
kid, though. Him, yeah.
Just tell me someone's offside somewhere.
It must be a case of like defenders still aren't picking him up. Nah,
That's
everyone's
awful
onside.
defending.
Foul? Who's that?
Never.
Levi?
Fantastic ball into the box from Garnacho as well there. Well,
Could have been Raz. Why didn't Raz hit it?
Because he got the shot.
and just like that, Manchester United are in front for the second time this game.
Levi, man, what are you doing?
Both goals from McTominay. Where does he stand in terms of the overall league top scorer now? He must be up there. I bet he's in top 10. No, top 10. Have a look. He must be.
checking it now. What's he checking for? What, to
Foul
give
on
that
Levi?
foul?
You better do.
Right, was it a foul, do you think?
You couldn't really see it from the
No,
camera.
I didn't. I didn't see anything.
It didn't seem like a very bad thing.
I'm slightly upset that Bruno Fernandes has
Paul.
got a similar trim to me.
The mullet.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
No, he's not. He's not.
You have
top
to
10.
shave it now.
No, mine's better. Fuck Bruno
He's not
Fernandes.
far off top 10, but he's not top.
Where
10.
is he?
This hasn't updated, but if he gives that, then I think he'll be like
I
He's
think
giving
they
it-
gave it, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way that's a
top 15.
mad. Yeah, that wasn't a foul, was it? Really?
No. We better get back
It's
on
at
top.
five this season.
Are we getting
So he'll have the
dunked
same
on by
amount of goals
City?
as Saka, Palmer, Sterling, more than Julian Alvarez.
McTominay.
He's been under the radar.
McTominay, the next number 9.
Alvarez this season.
Yeah, he's got bare assists.
Anyway, Danny, do you have another overrated Premier League player for us?
Onana. We have just somewhat just like covered that, but I feel like you do make a lot of signings, but not for the footballing ability. Oh, fuck
Manchester
off,
United.
Fuck off.
Oh my God,
Was that him as well? How was he
McTominay.
getting in the box every time?
McTominay with another one-on-one that he completely scuffs and misses. I think by the end of this game, it might be the most one-on-ones we've ever
What
seen missed in
kind
a
of
Premier League
pass
in a
was
Premier
that?
League game.
I wouldn't call that a one-on-one.
He's right-footed, right?
Who?
McTom.
Yeah, I think so.
Why did he take it over his left? Oh, Bailly, Bailey.
Eric May, that's a throwback.
How was City losing?
1-0 to Aston Villa against Manchester City. I think that this means there's going to be a really good race for the Premier League this season. If Aston Villa manage to pick up a win here, because then they're actually kind of going to be in with a shout as well. So you're going to have 4 teams all within like 5 points of the league.
They're
Just
unreal
wait.
at home, but away they're a bit shaky, Villa.
Yeah, I don't think by the end of the season they'll still be challenging. But I'm saying right now, if you were a Villa fan, you'd probably be feeling real hopeful.
Absolutely. You'd be loving it, loving life.
You'd be thinking, can we do a Leicester potentially? I know it's not quite to the same level because they've spent quite a lot still, but it would be one of those stories, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think it'll be a different story once KDB comes back.
Yeah, that'll change it.
It'll be like when Thor comes back in Infinity War. That's exactly what it's going to be like.
Probably will. Haaland will probably end up breaking his own record again.
Yeah, somehow.
Haaland, the fucking robot. We've got a Chelsea corner here, though. You'd expect Chelsea now to really try to actually turn it on, because this half it's been really poor from
It's
them.
been less cards than I thought. I'd have thought there'd have been more cards. I thought this would have been quite a feisty game.
You gonna pass it or what?
Reece James.
No.
Why? That was a really strange move to pass it to that position and then put
Yeah.
the ball in the box.
Changes the angle.
I know, but it wasn't a great angle to
Don't
cross
you
it
dare
from.
shoot. Don't you dare. You can. Oh my god.
Reece James gets it past a few players and dinks a pretty pointless ball into
Here
the
we
box.
go, Mr. Distro. You
Oh my God.
Sausage, don't you
Garnacho's
dare,
through
don't you
1-on-1.
Oh,
That's
a
a
great
fucking
A
tackle.
challenge.
fantastic
That's
save.
He's made up for
Oh,
himself.
was
there.
it a tackle?
Tackle,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was a serve.
He did make up for it though. He messed up with that.
There's been bare corners in this game.
It's a Manchester United corner. This game could have easily been one of the highest scoring games we've seen. So yeah, if we look at the league at the minute, Aston Villa are sitting in third with Liverpool and Arsenal above them, 2 points between each team. And then Man City sitting in fourth, 6 points off of Arsenal as things stand. And Tottenham have a game in hand as well, so they could be in with a shout still. I
That must
know.
be lowest City's been for ages.
Must be, yeah.
For a
Since
couple
the
of
start of the
years.
season when it's alphabetical.
Yeah.
He looked out the box.
What was he
Like,
doing there?
What is that touch?
Chelsea have been so wasteful this game. It's actually
Been
fucking
painful.
wild.
Especially after a good win against Brighton.
Did you see the England Euros group?
Yes.
It looked like we should absolutely smoke that.
Who have we got?
Denmark, Slovenia, and
Was it Estonia? Are they
No,
even in Europe?
Czech.
Serbia?
Serbia, yeah.
So 3 teams that we should absolutely do.
Should.
Do you know what the thing is? Whenever I watch England now, I just never expect us to batter a team. I never expect us to
Not well.
4, 5, 6-0 someone. But we should be with the squad we have.
Squad, yeah, manager, no.
Yeah.
He's a defensive manager.
Do you know what? I don't hear anyone back Southgate anymore, though. Like, I actually...
He
Who the
does.
fuck...
He does. He loves him.
He's the gaffer.
Yeah, but do you actually mean that? Do you actually think that he's the right man for the job at this point?
I'll let you know after the Euros. The thing is,
I- the whole point
I'd
of this
take
is-
Graham Bass a good Why didn't you even this guy up front? man.
so would you get rid of him now?
I would have done about 4 games ago, yeah. Before the last international break, I would have done.
I'd have
because
taken Potter.
So before the last international break, you'd have got rid of him and got somebody else in.
Yeah.
So then you would have given this new manager 2 camps to install everything that he wanted to before a Euros that we are favoured to win or second favourites to win.
Yeah, I would have done.
That's absolutely mental.
How?
Nah, because
You're
I still
giving
think...
them no time to put in what they need to implement. You're giving that new manager. Basically, what you're saying is that you're doing what Spain did a few years ago, where you're just giving up the tournament.
No, I don't think so at all.
Yeah.
I think the problem is Southgate's football is that bad and boring that I think practically any manager
can't
in the
get
world
much worse.
could implement that style of play.
They
That
win
style-
games though.
And yeah, but barely.
So then what's the point of getting rid of the manager if the new manager is going to come in and implement his
No, I'm not
style?
saying that. I'm saying they could. I'm saying that style of play could. I don't even think you need a fucking manager to play defensively and score fucking 1 or 2 goals a game when we've got one of the best teams in the world. We only do well and win against rubbish teams, and even then, we never win impressively. For me, there is nothing that shows.
I'd still rather win. So I'd rather win than go out and try and win impressively. At least we're winning.
No, but we should be winning impressively. It's like if fucking Man City were playing League 2 teams every week, you'd expect them to do better than when the few times they played
They're not
a Big Six
convincing
team.
wins either. That's the thing.
We never look confident, ever.
We're scraping them.
But we still win though. That's the thing. Like,
No, but
I'm not saying Southgate is the long-term answer. He's the guy, but until the Euros, I don't see why you would get rid of him.
well, maybe now at this point, yeah, but he should have been gone a long
Yeah.
time ago because it's been the same issues for ages. And there's been good managers that have popped up over the last year or so that we should have picked up.
Well, who would you bring in now?
I'm saying Potter.
No.
He honestly,
No.
he coaches a good team. He was just unfortunate because we actually had a good run of games with him.
I mean, I'm baffled that a Chelsea fan saying Potter should come in because he was.
Because
like
he
the
doesn't
guy.
like England. He's an Argentina fan.
Well, why would I want a better manager then?
Oh.
Anyway, I don't particularly think Potter's the answer, but I would actually prefer him over Southgate. I think we need a change.
Jurgen
My
Löw.
ideal person would be Mourinho. I would love Mourinho.
Jurgen Löw, ex-Bayern manager.
I'd take
Yeah.
Mourinho. Mourinho would be the outside of like Pep. Mourinho
Yeah.
would be the best.
Or I mean, even right now, I mentioned him as a joke for the Man United thing earlier. But even if Wenger would take a job, I would take him.
He'd coach that team really well.
He'd coached that team really well. He always played really nice, attractive football throughout his time at Arsenal, even when they had an awful team. If he would accept the England job,
He's done it again.
I would definitely take him.
Yeah, he
See,
knows
this is-
attacking football.
I would rather win and play shitty football than just try
Yeah,
and
but
play attractive football.
They're
This
not
is-
convincing wins and the bad teams that we've been playing.
This is the problem.
So you
We
play a
never
good team.
we never win when we play a good team. So what do you? Garnacho with a shot just round the post there. Yeah, we never win when we're playing a good team. So I think if there was a manager in who could instill more confidence in the team and mean that we actually pick up large victories against the worst teams, it'd mean there'd be more confidence when we are playing those big teams, and it'd lead to better results. Like, well, other than Germany, every time, and Germany are pretty shocking at the minute, every time we've played a decent team, we've lost.
Be a good Denmark side.
They're not good anymore.
Bro.
When we played them, when they were good.
Yeah, I don't think we can really shout out Denmark like that.
Why not?
Like, I know they're all right, but if you want to win tournaments, Denmark isn't the team you need to be concentrating on beating, in my opinion.
True.
Well, it is now because they're in our group.
All right, in that scenario, yeah, but
The team you need to concentrate on beating is the team that you're playing. It doesn't. You can't.
no, but you've
Yeah,
got
but
to
you need
think.
a plan for who you're going to come up against as well.
You've got to think in the long term, though. That's like me. If fucking Manchester United picked up a win against Sheffield United, thinking, all right, that's it now, they're sorted. But in reality, you know as soon as they play a
Yeah, but-
decent team, they're going to get peppered.
That's different because that's the league. In cups, you never know what's going to happen. You could be going into a cup, right? Euros, right? Okay, France are the team that we need to focus on because they're the second best team or they're the first best team. They could get knocked out in the groups.
No, I'm not saying France are the team. Like, I'm not saying.
I know what you're trying to say. You're saying that we need to, focus on the bigger teams and this, but you just need to focus on the team that you're playing, whoever you've got next.
I'm not saying we need to focus on the bigger teams. I'm saying that we need to focus on having an actual good style of play that's going to lead to goals. At the minute, we don't have that. And that means no defence in the world is good enough or practically can be coached well enough to not concede against the likes of France or Argentina when you're playing them in the World Cup. Practically every international team, or the good ones, have attackers that are going to get a goal or two. So we need to be able to attack and score more. We have the fucking players to do it 1,000,000%. We have some of the best attackers in the
That's
world.
thing. Our strength as well as a team actually is our attack, midfield and attack. But why do we play so defensive? Then?
This is what it makes no sense. It doesn't make sense at all.
Shocking defending by Dallo, by the way.
It's your boy.
He hits him.
He's garbage. He's absolute garbage. I'd sell him.
Wow.
Has Sterling had a shot on target yet?
No.
Not Sterling. And it's time for Marcus Rashford to I can't even fucking speak then. It's time for Marcus Rashford to come on the pitch.
No one shooting from me, I beg.
Why not?
From there.
Yeah, go off. For his James.
Yeah, he will have done, yeah.
Fuck. Didn't even realise Bet's gone. Villa could get the win here.
That's really far out for a free kick. Well, saying that, I mean, Rashford scored like a knuckleball against us.
He's
few
got that in his
seasons
locker.
ago.
Do any of these have that in the locker? Genuinely.
James. Not a knuckleball, but he can hit a free kick. Well, looks like Enzo might be doing it. Surely you got to pay out to Raz. Oh, that was a stitch. He toe poked that well hard.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
fucked
Shit,
himself
play
over
that
there.
now.
Play it. Just oh my god. But what a waste of a counter attack! What a waste.
Yeah, I think this game has really shown a lot of the issues in both sides' attacks.
Who's that coming off, Rasmus?
How was this finishing?
What do you think Rashford's best position is at this point, Josh?
Left wing.
Left guaranteed left wing.
Left wing, yeah.
But he's coming on strike.
This is what I mean. I don't even know where he plays the majority of the time every more because it seems to switch every couple of weeks.
Because
Did he play right wing last game?
Yeah, he did. He seems to be he's the only player that we've got that can do like you're not going to put Garnacho or Anthony up front. So he's like the only player that can kind of do a job at right wing, striker or left wing. But like he's a left winger and you can tell that he doesn't like playing outside away from the left wing. Like that game against Newcastle, I feel like the reason he wasn't putting the effort in that he was is because he was playing right wing. I think he doesn't like being outside of that position. And I somewhat understand, like, at the moment, he's our best left winger. So why is he not playing left wing?
Garnacho's scoring more.
Yeah, Garnacho's having quite a good season overall. For how young he is still, his output's been relatively good.
He's playing well, yeah, but, like, is him playing well enough to... You wouldn't do that at Madrid, for example. You wouldn't play Vinny on the right.
Yeah, true, but that's a different level, isn't it?
No, it's a different level. I'm not saying Rashford's as good as Vinny, but I'm saying that Vinny is their best left winger.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't play him on the right wing. You wouldn't do it to Leao at Milan.
Good ball.
Yeah, it feels different at Manchester United for sure.
Give it back
And I think that should because
you wouldn't do it to Saka or Salah.
No.
Oh!
Another wasted chance for Chelsea there.
Just try to flick it. Why don't you just do it?
And whether they're good enough or whether
No
Rashford.
way. That's two.
Saka did play on the left wing though for us. He came from a left back to a left wing to the right.
But now you would never ask Saka to play on the left wing. And I'm not saying that Rashford is as good as Saka, but what I'm saying is Rashford is Man United's Saka.
If Martinelli was injured, I'd move Saka over to the left and put Reece Nelson on the right.
Oh god.
You got Trossard though. You played Trossard on.
I guess so. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is that, and you wouldn't. Liverpool have never asked Salah to play anywhere but right wing, and Rashford isn't as good as Salah, but Rashford is our Salah.
Yeah.
So like they're asking him to play out of position when he's the best attacking option that we've got.
It's because these other people that you're naming actually return. So that's why Garnacho's in left wing, because he's returning.
Is he though? They've got the same amount of goals in the Prem.
I'm pretty sure Garnacho's got more.
They've
Well,
got two
Rashford's
each.
on.
No, he scored the pen, so he's got two.
Oh, okay. Didn't get a
In fact, I'm sure
bikey though.
Rashford's got more than Garnacho.
Goals this season?
Yeah, Garnacho's only scored one. That bikey was his first goal in the Prem.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, mad. I thought he'd got more than that.
No, because before the Everton game, because everyone was talking about how United forwards have only got one goal.
Yeah, I made a clip about that, yeah.
Between them. And then
Yeah,
after
right,
that Everton game, when Garnacho, Rashford and Martial scored, obviously that's now changed, but that was Garnacho's first goal this season in the Prem.
Do you think that bicycle kick was the best overhead kick of all time? I've seen a lot of debate about this.
I know. I don't understand that claim.
I don't know. I don't think so, but it's up there.
Why do you not understand that claim? I can certainly see why.
I think Bale's is.
I think
So clean.
Zlatan's was better.
It was
Ronaldo's was good.
Ronaldo's was good, but I think Bale's is just far better.
For me though. I think that
It was behind him. He had to
the
rotate.
pressure on that moment though. The Garnacho's was to say he's so small as well.
It was so clean.
Yeah, it was like perfect. It was like what you'd score on fucking FIFA if you had a slow-mo
It was
replay.
unreal. Absolutely unreal.
Whereas like Bale's and Ronaldo's looked a little bit more of a struggle. Like I know they still did fantastic, but
I think it was I couldn't believe what I heard. It's the way that it was behind Bale. He's had to rotate quickly, and that's near like the edge of the box, and then he's hit it obviously into top corner, same as Garnacho, obviously not going across, but also in a Champions League final.
yeah, it does add to it. Like obviously, if you were the players, you'd rather score Bale's in that scenario. But
100%.
I do think Garnacho's in terms of technique, and I saw something about how it was the best Nike advert ever because like one of the pictures that went viral of it, you could see the Nike tick on his boot like as it went up. I think that's probably just because I fucking work in marketing. So I see. Josh looked at me then like, what the fuck is this guy on about?
Who thinks of that?
Yeah, well, it was the best Nike advert ever. So we got 2 minutes left. Do you think we'll see a winner from either of you boys? Or is it
We're
just...
already winning?
Oh, shit. Do you think we'll see an equaliser from Chelsea?
It wouldn't surprise me.
No, not the way that we've been going. Like it's just been just shit. Like they just.
It's just this half, though. It's just this half. Like,
We got
Chelsea have
peppered
had
this half.
opportunities and didn't capitalise on them. And then this half they've paid for it. And I mean, to be honest, obviously with Manchester United missing a penalty as well, they should really be further ahead in this game.
Well, both. I mean, I know we're winning, but both teams have missed beat. I mean, there was that
Yeah.
McTominay chance that probably should have gone in as well.
He's had a lot.
So it should be more than 2-1. But I think that's
Here we go. Oh god.
that's the story of Chelsea and United this season is missed opportunities. I think. But yeah, no, fucking hell.
What about Zlatan's overhead kick against England?
Oh, yeah.
I
Wasn't that from like 40 yards out?
Like near the
It
halfway
was
line.
outside the box. It was a mad goal.
It is a crazy goal.
Yeah.
To even try that, but it was in a friendly.
Well, that and the keeper wasn't in the net.
He was stood
Yeah.
next to him.
Yeah.
I mean, true, but to have the balls to actually pull that
If anyone's
overhead
gonna have
kick
the
off.
balls to do
Yeah,
that, it's
yeah.
gonna be him. Like they're down to his
That's it.
ankles.
Villa won.
Am I the only one that finds Zlatan's like how much he loves himself jarring as fuck? Like I
Oh.
get it because he's a baller, but
Bored of him, me.
it's proper annoying. He kind of reminds me of like Kanye West.
He's cringy.
No,
Yeah.
I love it, mate.
He's on about. He calls himself a lion and shit. It's like, bro, what are you on about?
He calls himself Zlatan.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, he speaks in third person. That's a bit weird.
he speaks like he's a fucking Marvel villain.
It's gonna be a foul, is it not? Okay.
Nah, I don't think so.
Here we go,
Chelsea on
here
the
we
edge of the
go.
box here.
Oh,
The end product this game has been so atrocious.
go on, bro. Get in.
Oh.
Someone's put the ball on the pitch on purpose. there.
If Man United fans chucked it back
Definitely.
on.
Or you can call it now if they're going on the attack.
It's clocked.
Has he legally got to stop it though?
I guess technically, yeah.
I mean, surely he's seen it by now.
Can't
Yeah.
have two balls on the pitch. But who's gonna?
Yeah, what's going to happen? If Chelsea managed to get a goal here and there's two balls on the pitch, I wouldn't know what would happen. At least it'll get
Well,
sorted now.
I think it would stand because he's not stopped the game.
Do you remember the infamous Bloom goal?
Yeah, I was just about to mention that.
Yeah.
See, some VAR would have been needed for that because VAR would have cancelled that goal.
Yeah, definitely. But it's tough as well. Was it going on target, that shot initially? No, was it
No.
not?
Way wide.
Yeah, that ain't on then.
I'm sure they lost that game as well.
Here we go. Never mind.
Chalet.
Boy.
Great turn. Fair play. Oh, you little rat bag.
Man United are actually just a team of rats. They are.
Such
They've got.
unlikable players.
There's so many players there that are just little scumbags.
He's not even their player.
Even Josh doesn't deny it though. He's like, yeah, true.
I didn't say anything.
I know, but you didn't disagree, which the silence speaks volumes.
I want to see a replay of it before we say that because
A
it could have been
little-
a genuine foul.
A little push.
I know, but I think they're rat bags anyway. Even if that wasn't a foul, Garnacho,
He's a
Anthony,
rat.
Fernandez, they're all just scumbags.
He probably just
He's
said-
all right, Johnny Evans. He just looks like a librarian.
I do not understand how he's still playing football for Manchester United.
How old is he now?
Fucking like 35, I'm sure.
Fucking hell. It's kind of impressive in a bad way.
He's impressive, but Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This has been a really poor half from Chelsea. And Josh, you said you expected these to finish above you in the league.
I still do. Just because we beat them.
Yeah, true. So, Manchester City really, really dropping off. You said that it finished 1-0 to Villa.
Finish 1-0.
That's a shock of a result, really.
Not really. Villa are very good at
No,
it.
well, no, but it's still a shock. Man City
Yeah.
very rarely lose. Like Villa are a great side,
Something going on with them this season. They just don't see him on it.
I think it's this whole FFP thing, I think. And no KDB.
Oh, what the hell was that? What's happening
Yeah.
there?
FFP's lurking over him. Obviously, De Bruyne's been missing the majority of the season as well.
No
Oh.
way.
He's saving that anyway.
Jeez.
Was Brozier the striker that was at Southampton for a while and did really well, and then he's just done nothing?
He didn't do that well.
Well, he did.
He looked like a promising player.
Scored more goals than the whole Manchester United attack combined this season, but
what the fuck was that? Jeez.
Scrappy.
It's going to be a foul.
Scrappy at the end. We've only got 40 seconds left though, so Chelsea need to do something quickly if they're going to have a chance.
Such a pointless yellow card.
Yeah, it's literally Reguilon in a Manchester. How has he played for 2 big Premier League teams? It's fucking baffling. It's actually bamboozling.
Could we just go for like an all-out attack or something? We don't care. Oh, you got bodied there.
What's he doing on the floor?
It's just the way that you guys are. Like, you just ratty.
We must have said the word rat about 15 times in the last couple of minutes.
Okay, he's just straight back up on his feet.
So it's just so stupid. You're winning by 1 goal. There's fucking 30 seconds to a minute left. Just defend.
Could we go for the
Chelsea are passing it round back.
It looks like we're time wasting. That wasn't the pass.
Reece James has made it to
All
that.
right, we'll just get everyone in box here.
So Chelsea corner, we're 20 seconds over that allocated added time. See if they can do anything from here.
Look at him just throwing balls.
If they get a goal.
Just do my head in.
Chelsea with a last gasp corner.
Get the keeper up.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you, at this point?
What, when it's only 2-1? If it were 2-2, I would probably.
Yeah, but what you're going to lose, it's going to be full time as soon as it goes out of box.
That's awful.
Fucking horrible
Fucking
corner.
shoot.
Yes! Come on! Great shout with the score, by the way, mate. You just got the team wrong.
And that means it's all over. 2-1 to Manchester United against Chelsea. How are you feeling, Josh?
Fucking lovely day.
Is this the first time on stream that Manchester United have won a game? No way. Danny. I mean, to be fair, you've had decent luck so far. You were here for the Tottenham game, but how do you feel? What's your thoughts on this game overall?
We weren't great. We were shit. But to be fair, now we've got a good run of fixtures, so now we've got to redeem ourselves. What the hell was that?
It was just the second half for me. I thought in the first half it was pretty even. We all said 1-1 was pretty fair.
It just makes me want Nkunku to come back even sooner. Like,
yeah,
just that end product.
Big weight on his shoulders if he doesn't live up.
It's gonna end up Werner part 2. Nkunku's the most overrated Premier League player without playing a game. Yeah, it's just, to be fair, I never expect a Chelsea striker to do well anymore, ever. Whoever's playing up front, I just don't think they're going to do bits. Who was the last one that was actually
Costa.
good? Diego Costa.
Yeah.
He was
hell.
balling, even though he was a cunt.
Yeah,
he was a rat.
Yeah, he was.
Nah, he wasn't a rat. He was just a shithouse.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I say the other ones are rats because they've got more rat-like features, whereas Costa was like more of a fucking brute. He was more like a
dog.
He's more of a bastard.
Yeah, definitely.
Like him and like Suarez and shit were in that ilk of just bodying people.
Fuck 'em all.
Well, boys, that's it. Thanks for coming on. I think we'll be doing another. I don't know if you boys will be here, but I think the next stream will be Villa against Arsenal potentially on Saturday. So I might see you there. I might not, but safe.
Happy